We also have a free financial empowerment course called Almost Home. It's a 6-month course that we work with Bucks County Housing Group with is Sherry Pace, who's on with us tonight as well. And we offer all kinds of opportunities to help folks focus on their financial goals and providing them with the supports and education to do that. For those of you who are already homeowners or know homeowners who are looking to maybe who need a little bit of help to stay in their homes with more independence, do some safety repairs and things like that. We have an amazing home repair program for those who own their homes in Bucks County, and that does include mobile homes as well. And lastly, we invite you to visit and shop our restores. We have two. One is located on Jacksonville Road in Warminster, and our other second store is in Langhorne on Old Lincoln Highway. So Olga, thank you so much. I'm looking forward to it. This is a new webinar for me. Given the lack of efficiency that I have in my life, I'm really excited to see what you have to share with all of us tonight. So thank you.
Perfect. Well, we are like experts on systems because we have to in what we do. So today we're just sharing and taking some of those systems and putting them into the, our daily lives. What kind of the things that we can implement, because I think all of you guys will agree with me that we don't need to complicate our lives anymore. I think we have enough stuff on our plates. So things today we just want to share with you that hopefully will help you and make things a little bit easier, where you can set up some systems in your personal and even professional lives to help you make things just kind of like make sense, and that way you can breathe a little bit. So let me share my screen. Just so you know, the information is packed, and everybody who signed up for this workshop is going to get the workbook. So please don't write anything frantically. You're not going to miss anything. We're going to record it as well, so you will have a copy of the recording as well. So let me just close things out and we will get started. Let's see.
Kevin, I love your background. You must really love the snow. Oh.
That's sand.
Oh, it's sand. You must really love the sand then.
Yeah, this is taken in Colorado, known as Sand Dune National Park.
Oh, it's beautiful. It's just the right shade of like evening sun on a snowbank that I thought maybe it was snow, given our timing of winter.
Kevin always has like the backgrounds. A lot of times it's like beach and palm trees. So
nice.
Kevin, you're doing a little bit different today. All right, here we go. Perfect. All right, just everything, everybody can see everything. We're looking good. All right, perfect. So this is what we're sharing with you today. Just a little bit about what we do. We have been working and servicing our clients in New Jersey and Pennsylvania for the last 13 going on 14 years. And our mission is to be alongside you every step of the way when you're planning, once you become the homeowner, and help you be a sustainable and responsible homeowner in our community. We do help clients move anywhere in the United States and Canada. As you can imagine, with technology, the world is getting smaller. So there are networks and connections now in different parts of the world as well. And because we want to be there to help you maintain and invest and protect your most important investment, which is your home, our concierge service is available to you. Think of us as your yellow pages. Anything and anyone you can possibly think of that you may need, please reach out. We'll probably have some recommendations for you. And of course, here's the other key. In order for us to grow our concierge network, if you have recently worked with someone who is awesome and amazing contractor or financial professional, please let us know so that way we can add them to our list, because we can never have enough amazing people to share with others. So let's jump right in. So we're going to kind of jump around and talk about different areas of our lives, different rooms in our homes, maybe, but we wanted to kind of share with you some things that you can do in our office, right? So the first thing that we can talk about is you can make some adjustments to make your lives a little bit easier, where if a lot of us are looking at our computer and maybe by the end of the day, we're ready to throw it out the window, you can have some modifications done with your display where it is focus assist. So here's some kind of instructions for you on what you can do to help your eyes and make it a little bit easier for you. Taking advantage of the dark mode and the night light. I'll be honest with you, I actually have it on at all times. I recently got a new laptop and I changed it right away. So that way it makes things a little bit easier on my eyes, the way, I guess, the way the colors are on your display. So take a look and see if this is something that you can do with your computer as well. I know that I can actually have and do this on my phone as well. My daughter's actually helped me. So that's a couple of these tips for your laptops. And filing away and scanning important documents. I talk about this in our decluttering class as well, where the goal is for you to get rid of paper because paper accumulates dust and dust often causes allergies. My suggestion to you is to make things simpler. You can do it with Dropbox as well as Google Drive, which is available if you have Gmail. Just make it simpler. You can scan things or you can just take pictures with your phone. So however you are comfortable with working technology, because as we go along, I think move forward in the future, our technology is only going to get more sophisticated. So we'll see what the future brings. So continuing with scanning and saving documents, again, how do we make things easier? That way, if you're on the budget and you don't want to buy a scanner, there are some apps that are available that you can use and be able to scan things and create PDFs with your phone. So one of them is Genius Scan. And another favorite service of mine is if you think that you have to run to Staples to send the fax all the time, you don't. You can actually do it right on your computer, as long as your documents are in acceptable formats, which is a Word document or a PDF. And you can do that with Fax Zero. We send things with them all the time, and they're very easy to use. And they even send you a confirmation that the fax was successfully delivered, which to me is important because I want to make sure that the documents are getting where they need to go. Now, with Google, overall, I am a huge Google network user. I use it for many things because, again, it makes my life so much easier. And if you are using Gmail, you can actually create email templates. If you are sending the same things all the time, you can create templates. And then you can create a new email, you can enter the text, and you can do that by using the three dots at the bottom right. And it just makes things a little bit easier if, you can try to create a system so that way you're not typing all the time. And it's also going to help you save time and save your frustration. Unroll Me is a great tool if you want to unsubscribe from unwanted emails from like retailers. I don't know about you, but sometimes you subscribe to something and you might do it by accident. And sometimes they'll send you stuff almost every day. So it's important for me that my email is under control because most of it is work related, and I want to make sure that I don't miss any emails. So another tip besides using the unsubscription service is for you to create a separate Gmail, as an example, email account just for shopping or retailers or some of those things. This way you're not crowding your main email account with some of these unwanted emails that sometimes just come in nonstop and they become overwhelming for many people. So let's head into the kitchen. I thought this was a cool idea, and Jess and I talk about different tips and tricks in the kitchen all the time, but the idea of being able to regrow things that you use on a regular basis. And I think because we are in the winter season right now, it's just a cool way for you to give some of these new things a try because we are staying at home more often. So here's an idea for you of top 10 veggies and herbs that you can actually regrow and again, and just kind of have some fun. I know that my girls and I have fun with doing different things. And my oldest daughter, who absolutely loves plants, is always fascinated with things like that. And then some of these tips and tricks, I actually use the spoon tip. If you put it on top, the water is now going to boil out. You can do some DIYing if this is fun, maybe include your kids in it and use the clips for different things, including actually using it as a stand for your sponge in the kitchen. Some things around the house, we kind of took some of these hacks from our organizing, getting ready for 2023 workshop, as well as some of our renovations, ideas and details. Just some things, again, how do we make our life a little bit easier? If we're hanging pictures, how do we make sure that it's nice and straight? You can actually use toothpaste for that. Using daylight savings time as a reminder twice a year for you to replace your batteries. I can't tell you how many times, sometimes I go into the homes where I'm talking to clients and I can hear the smoke detector beeping in the background. That would drive me bananas personally. So my suggestion to you is, when you know we have daylight saving signs, whether like it or not, twice a year. So make yourself a kind of a reminder and say, hey, during those times when I'm doing that, I'm just going to walk around and, swap our batteries. Steph, did you have something to add?
I just want to know how you hang pictures evenly with toothpaste, please.
Oh, okay. Jess, do you want to chime in? Because that was your brilliant idea. Let me see.
Yeah, so sometimes when you have a really big photo, there will be two hooks on the back, and sometimes they're not even themselves. Like one might be higher than the other, so it's really hard to determine where to put the nails in the wall. So you put a little dab of toothpaste on each, like on the top of the two hooks or something, and you press it against the wall, and it will leave two little marks as to where you should put your nails. And then you just put the nails in, wipe the toothpaste away, and you're lined up perfectly.
That's great. Thank you. I love it.
Cool idea. All right. Using no pattern reminders on your fridge. This is something that we use in our household as much as we can. And I'm still training my daughters to not tell me if we're running out of something before we go to bed. Okay, I'm not going to want to remember it. And that's what I tell them. You have something, go downstairs and write it on the grocery list, because if it's not on the list, I'm not going to buy it and you can't blame me. Right. So I just like, okay, the pad is it. And, you can write, you can use it for other things, thoughts, reminders. Sometimes you can maybe write a love note to your loved ones. So use that creatively as well. Wi-Fi, smart devices, plugs, and light bulbs are making their way more and more. I suggest next time you're at Home Depot and Lowe's, check those things out. There's really amazing things that you can do with those devices now. You never actually have to use the flip switch again. You can use everything with your phone through the app, or if you have some of the Alexa devices, you can actually tell them, hey, turn it on, turn it off. And the same thing with the Google devices as well. Planning for unexpected. Here are a couple of other suggestions for you to set up simple systems that are going to make your life easier. Buying cards for birthdays, graduations, thank yous, and congratulations in bulk and ahead of time. I actually stopped buying cards that are specific for different holidays. I buy them in bulk and they're just plain and simple, and they don't say anything. And a lot of times they're blank on the inside. This way it gives me more room to write a thoughtful note to someone and to wish them, congratulate them, or tell them thank you and wish them their happy birthday. You can buy them online, and I actually have seen bulk cards in Walmart and Walgreens, so you just have to check them out. Same thing with gift bags, tissue paper. You can get some plain and neutral, various sizes for any occasion, either from the dollar store. My favorite places to get them from is actually like Michael's or Marshall's. They usually hang, they're reusable, and they usually hang right by the register. They are $2 for a huge bag. You can fit a ton of stuff in it, and it's also reusable, which is great for some of the areas where we live, where there's no more grocery bags for you to shop. So you can actually reuse them, which means that you're also helping out the environment. And what I do is, some people will put in the clear bin and tuck it away in the closet. I actually have it sitting in my closet, and then you can tuck it in on your bed, depending on how much storage space that you have. All right, so some ideas about weekend projects, things easy that are DIYs that you can do. So before you replace things, I suggest to you to use a miracle product called paint. You can use paint for many, many, many things. Rust-Oleum is our friend. The company makes a ton of different things for different products. So one of the things that I recommend you do is try and see if you can paint your faucets and your light fixtures before you go and replace them. I don't know about you, but I have looked at the cost of some of the materials lately, and they have really increased. So before you go in and spend the money and replace these things, why don't we try and paint them? You can make this as a fun project with your kids or your loved ones, something that can be done in just as little as a few hours to maybe a couple of days if you want to make it as a weekend project. But as you can see, the befores and afters, you can really make a difference without spending a lot of money. And the cool thing with paint is you can control the color. There's so many color choices, right? So you don't have to settle for what is sold by the manufacturers at Home Depot or Lowe's. In the home, to make things easier, this is something that I got into during COVID, because I was watching, following some cleaning ladies on Instagram. And that's, this is what they said, and it makes a lot of sense. Instead of having a different product for different thing that you do, invest in, create a system for yourself and have some universal products that are amazing at what they do, and you can use them on multiple surfaces, right? So here, what I'm sharing with you are the things that I use most of the time that makes my life easier. They're not heavy, and they are really, really hard workers. Bissell zinc canister, I personally have this. I use it for many things, and what I love about it is very light, and the canister is so easy to disassemble, to clean and clean the filter. It's very, very user-friendly. Oh, cedar spin mop, I do have that for my floors in my kitchen. Barkeeper's friend, you can use for literally just about everything in your house. Wyman stainless steel products is what I recommend for those of us that have stainless steel appliances. This product seems to work the best if you're trying to create that streak-free shine. Dawn dishwashing liquid is not just for dishes. It is an amazing stain remover. And I have tried it, and I discovered that it works really, really well for even some of the old stains. Baking soda and hydrogen peroxide for cleaning grout. And then Brillo, of course, can probably take care of any oven, when you combine it with some other cleaner, is going to make a lot of things sparkle. So kind of decide and see what you have in your own home, and then decide on what kind of system you can create. And then what I also suggest is you keep everything all in one place, so that way all you have to do is take out maybe like a box or something where all your stuff is, and then you just go to town and then get it done as quickly as possible. Apps to make extra cash. Who does not want extra cash? Raise your hand. I hope nobody's raising their hands. And this is something just that is fun. If you want to take a little bit of few extra minutes, you can do that. There's one is called Fetch Rewards. Another one is called Ibotta. And it's just something easy that you can do. My daughter actually scans all of my receipts, and she makes some money, and then she exchanges it for Amazon gift cards. So I let her have fun with it. And I think it's also a good math lesson as well. More ways to earn cash back. Rakuten is one of my favorite rebate websites. I actually have it installed as a Chrome extension, and that's how I would suggest you handle it. There's nothing you need to do. What happens is whenever you are on a website and you want to shop, it will tell you if you can earn additional percentage back. As an example, I was shopping on Walmart website the other day, and the Rakuten extension popped up and they said, hey, you can earn up to 10% cash back. Right. So that's in addition to any kind of rewards or anything that you might be getting because using a credit card. So it doesn't cost you any money. And then Rakuten will tell you how much money you're going to save. And then every quarter they send me a check. Very easy. And it's, to me, it's kind of free money. So this is how I have it set up on my Chrome as a Chrome extension. And it just pops up in my upper right-hand corner. It's very easy to use, and we all love it. Put all of your bills that you can on your personal family credit card. And the reason being is that you can earn cash back on everything that is on your all of the bills on your card. So if it allows you to do that, my suggestion is why not? However, you have to be disciplined enough to make sure that you pay your bills on time, and then you pay your bills and have them set up to be on auto pay. This way you don't forget, you go on vacation, and then all of a sudden there's an issue with your credit. Toolbox in your car. This is something that is very much near and dear to me because I live in my car. It is my second office a lot of the times. And what I decided is that I need to set it up to make sure that my kids are happy. And a lot of the times the things that I do carry with me make my clients happy. So here's a list for you, just some of recommendations based on my experience. But I encourage you and invite you to think about what's important to you when you're in the car. Do you spend a lot of time in the car? And if you don't, and this is also a great list to have sometimes if you take long trips to go somewhere. So for humans, I have a list here. And I think one of the most important things for me are neutral snacks. So that way your kids don't eat you alive. And then you have to run over to maybe McDonald's and buy some food that may not be the best for everyone. Clorox wipes, Windex, trash bags, hand sanitizer, phone battery charger packs are important, blankets, beanies, gloves, Ziploc bags, and shopping bags for those of us that don't have access to regular grocery bags, depending on where you live. And for your car, also super important to make sure that your car, which is the second largest investment that you have after your home, is also taken care of. Jumper cables, air pressure gauge, first aid kit, flashlight, WD-40 basic tool kit, and then car registration, insurance card, and your car manual are just some of the suggestions that I have for you. Everything that you see on the list, I actually have in a toolbox and like in a small plastic container that has a lid on it. So don't think I have this stuff kind of just thrown around in the back of my car. I have it all nice and neat and organized. So that way I know which direction I can go to if I'm looking for certain items. Personal and family. If you haven't taken advantage of curbside pickup or Instacart or grocery stores offering shopping services to you, I encourage you and invite you to do that because it's going to save you time. It's also going to save you money because you're not browsing around and saying, oh, I could use some of that. So you kind of make a list and then you just go and pick it up. I'm a big fan of doing it with Costco and BJ's and Target as well. And Instacart is a great service as well. You can order things and then of course they will deliver everything to you. Get the house cleaning twice a month. To some people, it is an expense, but I invite you to think of this as an investment. If you spend half of a day cleaning your house, it could be also half a day you might be spending with your family, maybe going doing something fun and creative new memories with your families. Keeping receipts for warranties. I encourage you not just to keep a copy because they do fade, but making sure that you scan them or take a picture of them. That is super important. And the reason being is that if you are trying to validate your warranty and you need to use it, if you cannot provide proof of purchase, your warranty means absolutely nothing. This is something that I learned the hard way a couple of years ago when we had brand new appliances for a client that purchased a home. She had an issue with the dishwasher. We couldn't figure out what it was, and she could not use her warranty because she never got a receipt. So we had to go through an appliance repairman, and it cost her quite a bit of money when she could have saved it. Pulling your credit 3 times a year is my encouragement to you to make sure that your financial health is in good shape. This website was set up by 3 credit agencies. It is free to you to use, and you can request a free credit report from each agency once a year. So what I suggest that you do is you space it out during the year, and then you get one in the winter time, then another one in the springtime, and then another one in the fall. This way you want to make sure that throughout the year you're checking your credit report to make sure there's nothing on there that shouldn't be on. And the reason why you want to check is that if you need to buy a car, if you need to get cable, you need to get cell phone, your credit report is getting pulled and your financial health is assessed. And if there's any issues on it that shouldn't be on there, it can take you months to get them fixed because that's how long it takes. This is not an overnight program. It takes sometimes months. 3 and 6 and 9 months is what I have seen. And what that also means is that if your credit score is not where it needs to be, you are not going to get the best rates and the best terms for when you are buying something, or you are trying to get a line of credit, or you want to get a cell phone or even a cable. Crazy Coupon Lady app. It's just a fun app if you're looking for some deals and coupons and suggestions. This is what they do all day long. Their mission is in their business is to help you, provide you with deals and opportunities. And you can search by different stores. You can check things on Amazon. It's just easier rather than you spending the time scouring it for you. And scheduling automatic payments for your bills is one of my favorite tactics to make sure that your credit score is at the top of the list where it needs to be. You, again, don't have to worry about being on vacation and trying to figure out how to pay your mortgage from overseas because you forgot to do that when you were at home. Have automatic payments scheduled, kind of figure out if you're paying them in full, and if you can't, pay at least what you need to, at least the minimum payment this way, because it's one of the big dings that you can have on your finances, and your credit score is definitely going to suffer when you are late. So let's prevent from doing that. All right. I don't know if you've seen this before, but this is something new that I just got signed up for in the fall, and I really love it. But this is a free service from United States Postal Services. I think they're finally trying to get back in with times with technology in today's century, but you can actually schedule a couple of different things with them. Okay, so number one, you can actually have them pick up the package right at your door. You never have to go to the post office to do that unless you want to. You can schedule the time for your mailman to do that. You can sign up for informed delivery. This is something I get an email every day, and it's telling me what mail I'm going to be getting that day. So a lot of it is it's scanned, and then you'll be able to see that. Sometimes they'll actually tell you if you're getting packages in the mail the same day. And you can also sign up and stop your mail for vacation. Very easy to do online on your account. You can tell them to stop on a certain date, and then you can just tell them to bring all of your mail when you are back from your vacation. So take the time, go on their website and check out and see if some of these services may make sense for you. Traveling. Take a look and see what may make sense for you. So these are some of the tips that I personally use, using packing cubes to kind of organize what you are packing. This way you're not completely taking everything out of your suitcase and looking for that one small item. Mobile battery charger. This is something that I carry with me even when I am home or I'm at work to make sure that I don't lose use of my phone. And I think it's even more important because if you're using GPS, your battery gets drained a lot faster. Carry-on only and book bag is my favorite way of traveling. This way you never have to worry about losing luggage that you check in or getting suitcases destroyed. This way you're in and out of the airport and all of your items are with you. TSA pre-check is amazing. You just have to sign up. You have to go get your fingerprints done, and then you get that service. It's all done online. It's about $75, and it's good for 5 years. And what it does, it expedites you going through security at the airports. You don't have to remove your shoes. You don't have to remove your computer or any other devices. You just zip through this special line. It just makes things a lot easier. Check out Airbnb or VRBO whenever you go and stay somewhere, especially if you have a family. This way you can rent a lot of times a whole house or an apartment where you have access to the laundry facility as well as the kitchen to cook things versus going into a hotel and then sharing 1 or 2 rooms. Of course, Uber and Lyft to get around if you are traveling, and that just makes things easier when the app is on your phone. If you are local to Mercer County in New Jersey area, which is central New Jersey, check out their local airport and Frontier Airlines. They are small. Their security is extremely friendly, and Frontier flies to quite a few destinations, especially in Florida. It's one of our favorite places to fly from because it's so close to home. You can actually Uber to the airport. Booking your flight in incognito window. Remember, whenever you are online and heading to websites and checking things out, Google and some other providers track everything that you do, and they memorize that information. And I think a lot of our personal information gets sold to third parties for them to kind of figure out our behavior. So if you were to do this in incognito screen, there's nothing about you that Google is going to know. It's like a black black screen, and it's very convenient, so that way you can compare prices. So I do that sometimes when I'm trying to shop for airline prices, or I'm trying to kind of compare things to see what makes sense. Okay. And the final tip is scanning your most important documents when you travel. So think credit card numbers, front and back, your passport, your driver's license. This way, in case of, God forbid, your documents get stolen, you can easily get them replaced, and also provide your identity as well. So maximizing your vacation time, I thought that was amazing. There was a couple of videos I saw even on TikTok. Yes, my kids got me on TikTok, and I love it because the videos are so short. But you can actually take only a few days and have like overall so much time off if you truly maximize this. So the strategy is outlined here on which month and what you can do. So check it out. I think it will be helpful if you have like a calendar with you, so that way you can see how it actually works. And a few other hacks for vacation planning. I know I'm always looking for hacks in terms of like, when is the best day to book? When is the best time to fly? When should you leave? So here are a couple of things for you: booking on Sunday, flying in the morning, and then leaving on a Wednesday. That's what I have to share with you today. Here's how you can get in touch with me. I would love to hear if you guys have your own hacks that you use in your own personal business lives that make your life easier, because I'm always looking for things that are making our lives easier. How can we streamline things so that we can breathe easier? And this is how you can get in touch with me. Most of the time I am hanging out on Facebook if you want to find me there. And the recording of this workshop, as well as some of the other workshops that we always have, and we have a pretty busy schedule of them, is all recorded and on our YouTube channel, which is Penn Jersey Living with Olga. And our schedule of workshops is always posted on this Google document, which is Live with Olga. So that's what I have to share with you today. So who's got tips and things that they want to share with me that make their life easier? I'm always up for some new things. And I'm also going to check the chat. All right. So
Olga?
yeah. Hi,
One-
Bar.
Hi, Olga. How are you?
Good.
One thing to know is not to use Brillo in a self-cleaning oven.
Ah, okay.
There's something about the finish on it that you can destroy if you use Brillo in there.
Oh, good to know. So basically, read the instructions on the box before actually using the.
Or read your oven manual.
In the oven manual. Yep. Okay, cool. Thank you. So Stephanie posted that annualcreditreport.com is currently offering free weekly online credit reports in response to pandemic. That's amazing. I would definitely want to take advantage of that if I was working on my credit. That's a good tip. Thank you. All right. Best deals. Oh, yes. Flip app. Everybody. I use it too. I think I don't remember where we found it, but here's what I love about it. It's all of your grocery store circulars in one app. Okay, so definitely find it. It's FLIPP. And I can show you how mine looks. It's like all this stuff is on there. You can like your grocery stores. And the other thing you can do is you can actually search. Let's say if you want chicken on sale, you can actually search in there and it'll tell you where the chicken is on sale. Well, my daughter, who absolutely loves Breyer's ice cream, I always have to look to see where it's on sale. And you can create a list of things, you can circle things and then share it with your family members so that way they have a list of things to buy. So, yep, Jess, good catch. Definitely one of my favorites. And also they will let you know when the ads are over, like when it expires. So like Giant is only good till tomorrow. So it will actually tell you until tomorrow. So I love it. Yeah, I don't have to look for my circulars. Yep. All right, Sherry, fan of packing cubes. Yay. Perfect. And she also says, we recommend scanning or copying all the items in your wallet in case your bag is lost and stolen. Yep, absolutely. You can scan it as well into your Google Drive, so you always have copies of those documents and you can access everything on your phone. Kevin, the points guy. I've seen his website. He does a lot of reviews on different things, right? Okay, yep, that's what I thought.
Well,
Okay.
so I'm into now fancier traveling, and it tells you which credit card is good for traveling, getting points, and you could get daily pointers from them. So I'm trying to like it's the first time I sign up for a credit card that I actually paid annual fee.
Mhm.
And the advantage of it is when you join the hotel, they give you upgrades, they treat you, you could stay late. And plus at the end of the year, they give you your money back anyway because you get a nice stay. And what's nice about using your points is you see a lot of places now charging what they call resort fees. And it could be anywhere $20 to $40, $50. Resort fees is getting ridiculous as an add-on. So when you use points, you don't pay taxes and you don't pay resort fees.
Good tip. And we're gonna have to check out that website too. If somebody else can do the research for me and summarize it for me so that way I can make a decision and me choose, I'm all game because it's a time saver for me. So perfect. All right. Kim says, I love online grocery shopping to stay on budget and save time. 100%. You're right. Yep. And I also endeavor to meal plan and batch cook and or slow cook Instapot, so I don't have to cook every night. Yeah, we actually have an Instapot going right now making mashed potatoes. I love it that I can just close it and then go leave and then come back and it's done. And it turns itself off. How amazing is that? Yes, 100%. All right. Anybody else, anything else they want to add? These are all amazing suggestions. So we're definitely going to add a bunch of these things too to our list.
So all my lights in the house, I moved in this house 3 years ago. All my lights are LEDs, and they're on an app that they turn on and off automatically. Plus, they are Alexa enabled. So one of the issue I have in my bedroom, I got 4 lights. So when I flick the switch, all 4 lights comes on. And the downside, it's too bright. The downside also is that when I'm on a Zoom call, I want to make sure the light above me is on. Everything else is off because I get reflections. And I'm very, this way I look like I'm on perfect lighting because I have a spotlight, just one light turn on, and all the other 3 lights are off. So I'm a technology person, yeah.
You're in the desert right now, so the lighting is perfect.
Yes.
I agree. I've had people say, oh my God, I forgot to turn off things, or I need to bump up my AC if I'm coming back from vacation. You can do it all from your app, which I think is amazing. Yeah. Lots of good ideas and suggestions. Thank you so much. All right. Let's see what else we have.
So
Kevin, what hotel card are you using?
that question's actually from Linda. It came to me directly.
So I research all the cards. I'm using a Hyatt Regency Hyatt card, and there's a lot of brand in there. So my favorite hotel is the Hyatt Place. It's not as expensive, and they got a nice room with a lounge area, and plus they offer free breakfast. Now, free breakfast is important to me because I don't want to get up early in the morning and get dressed and run down to get a cup of coffee. So it's nice to run downstairs, get a cup of coffee, and I'm an early person, so I have my breakfast and I go back to sleep. So
Wow. Very nice. All right. Anybody else has anything else that they would love to add?
this is great. Thank you so much.
Oh,
I
yeah.
had a tip. I know some places they're limiting the plastic bags now, but we still have them. I use recycles for shopping, but every now and again I pick up a few plastic bags because we put them in our bathroom trash bag, and so somebody had given me a tip before, when you have an empty square tissue box, stuff the plastic bags in there and keep one of those like in your cabinet in the bathroom, and then keep one like under the sink, like any place you have to replace the bags. I know some people keep them in the bottom of the basket, but then that takes up room. So if you keep them in the tissue box, then they're handy. So, just like your tip about keeping all your cleaning supplies in one place.
So Sherry, New Jersey, it's one of those places they don't give you plastic bags.
No plastic.
Don't, okay? So we get.
Do you want me to
we
mail you
used-
some?
I went to Amazon and bought 1,000.
Right? We
You
have
could
a
go
friend.
there and buy them. They are nicely flat. They're the same size as the grocery bags. We bought 1,000 of them, so we're
Oh my
good.
gosh. We have friends from New York, and they're band in New York as well. And so the last time they visited us, I gave her a whole big bag of plastic grocery bags. And I don't like using them for everything either. I have a lot of, I try not to when I go shopping, and I always have a little basket in my car. It looks like a little market basket. But they do come in handy for some things, Just saying.
Especially if you got a little dog, it's good for that. Too much sharing.
All right,
Thank you for-
everybody.
I it was a lot to absorb. So once I get your notes, I read. I have to do some of those things. So one thing I got is I got plenty time on hand to learn new things.
There you go. See, you're using your retirement time wisely to learn something new.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, there you
Thank
go. Yeah, so we'll send you the workbook, and of course you can use that as your checklist. But my recommendation to you is, I was thinking about I'm going to write a New Year's post in my e-newsletter, so you will get that too. But the idea is to kind of take some time now to digest how your year went and to make plans for the new year. So as you kind of go through, and once you get that workbook, think about what you can implement next year. A couple of things that really resonated with you that make sense to you in your situation with your families in your home, and then just take a couple of things and then set a deadline and actually implement them. This way you feel that you've got some things accomplished. Don't take it all, because everything is a lot, but just a few things, and then go from there.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Thanks, ladies.
Uh,
Bye.
Well, thank you for joining us this evening. You have a wonderful rest of the week, and hopefully we'll see you some as well on another workshop of ours. Okay.
Thank you. Happy holidays.
Happy holidays, everyone. Have a good night. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Goodbye. Thanks, Olga.
Bye.
Thanks, Jess.